Hi, welcome back to this session. So hopefully by now, if you're still with us, you'll have watched the series, which the links are either above or below. If you haven't, you can catch up with that. We then brought you up to what was happening with the football, how the football went on and on, which sort of helped us.
Could we just sort of say today we're going to talk about traditions?
You just did. So,
cool.
Guess what?
So today we're going to talk about traditions and how Bulgarian traditions helped us settle.
Yes, alongside everything else.
Alongside the football. Yeah.
Exactly, which is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
So, we're going to look at traditions. that's the plan.
We'll get there in a minute.
We will do. One of the things we obviously learned very, very quickly was that Bulgarians are very much into traditions.
They're brought
and it's
up
not
from
just absolutely. It's not just the
kindergarten.
older Bulgarians who remember things and what have you. It's the younger Bulgarians as well coming up through, who are learning all the dances to these particular songs and learning the songs and everything. All the first introduction to one of the proper traditions for us would have been Christmas.
Yes.
And it would have been one of your favourites, which was Bulgaria. Yep.
Yeah.
And we went to Yamble.
Which is the Bulgarian version of Christmas Carolers.
Yes.
However, when we went to Yamble with some some British friends at the time, we that was our first experience of the Kolodari.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was it's basically
groups of men from different villages
competing,
and they compete against each other, but not in an obvious way. I don't think
no,
they win a prize or anything like that. But yeah, no, they don't. No. And they're just sort of all over the town.
Traditional costume.
In traditional costume, and they basically it's to ward away evil spirits, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
For Christmas and
Good
Christmas
fortune,
caroling.
what have you.
Yeah, and you know, I put some videos on, or I think there's already a couple of videos I put some links on, but which will give you a little taste of that. But really, you have to go there and experience it because you just get swept up in the moment. It feels incredible.
I mean, it's thousands of people.
It's just kind of powerful, isn't it?
There's thousands of people watching.
I mean, I love it. It's my favourite.
And all these different villages, they're groups of these dancers, and as I said, it's the stamping.
I was going to say it's not really dancing; it is stamping, but they're all
more
in.
But it's all in sequence, obviously, together.
In
they're not just everyone going around stamping their feet.
Yeah.
So there's that one, and then you move on to my favourite. Kukri. The Kukri Festival is just
beginning of March.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
The colours, the costumes,
the bells.
The bells are fantastic. The bells are fantastic.
Yeah, some of them are like this. Well, they might even be even bigger. I don't
know. Massive bells and little bells and what have you, and all the different types of costume for each area, each village.
And when we say the bells, they actually wear loads of them, and they can be tied around their waists.
Yeah. So when they jump,
so they must be quite
the bells
heavy.
Ring or clang. Whatever
clang, if they're really big, they clang. Yeah.
They clang and tinkle.
Tinkle.
There's lots of clanging and tinkling going on. But when you get sort of, I don't know, for sake of argument, 50 to 100 of these guys, all with these bells, jump into the same beat, and stamp into the same beat, etc. It's
incredible.
The noise is amazing.
It's overwhelming.
You can't. I mean, there is some video somewhere. You'll put a link to up there or down there.
But again, it doesn't give you the true.
You have to be there. The colour, the costumes, the masks. Yeah, I mean they're just so intricately designed. The majority of them. There's so much history steeped in that as well. I mean most of these have been handed down for generations.
Yeah, exactly. For their fathers.
You know, and you can see these. There's a lot of young lads doing this as well, aren't there? It's sort of all sorts of ages that do it. You get the teeny tiny tackers in their little outfits, their special little outfits, which are great, and they all join in. Then you've got the older guys doing it. Obviously, they're more experienced, know exactly what they're doing with it. But the younger guys as well, everybody's just enjoying it.
And the masks are so big.
There's sometimes the girls as well, all in the costumes, isn't there? So everybody's involved in this, and it's just you've got the ones with the hair and the swooshing and
the hair.
Yeah, like
Yes, they wear
goat's
full
hair or
body,
whatever. It's
full
just-
body costumes,
just-
don't they? And it
it's
and it
just-
kind of swishes.
and sways,
I
yeah.
think there might be some video of that as
Yeah,
well. I'll have a look.
absolutely, it's just incredible. You don't know where to look. And
Yeah.
some of the other masks, there's masks that are sort of 6 foot tall. The mask's 6 foot tall, and then they put it on the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
This is where a mask goes.
So yeah.
So it makes them look even taller.
Yeah, it does.
But it's
hard to
it's
capture a photo when they're that
But you can,
tall.
yeah. But I mean, I got into the photography at the same time, didn't I? Well, this is going on. I'm
Just
getting
as
into
well.
photography but I never knew where to look for those type of things. But if I'd taken a photo, turned it black and white, it could have been any decade, because none of it's changed.
No.
That's
It's
the
their
whole point,
custom
isn't it? It's a
tradition.
tradition, exactly.
Yeah.
They love it. We absolutely thought it was amazing. I mean, I was there every single year. I went to that.
Yeah.
Every year I've been to that.
Yeah. So
and I just
so I was going to say,
doesn't matter whether it's raining
if
or
you
not, it's
haven't
just
been
brilliant.
and you're in
Oh,
Bulgaria,
definitely.
make sure you go. I think it's around about the 1st of March for the Kokorov Den, and then Christmas Day. No, sorry.
It can't be. It must be earlier than that. It must be in February.
I think the
Because
Kokorov Den is the 1st of March.
No, I don't think it is. So cookery, yeah, if you get the opportunity, definitely go and watch it. Korodari, go and watch it. Any of them. Any of them. You're invited to any of them.
Yeah.
Just go along and watch them, because
Yeah,
there's so many. I mean, there are a couple of the main ones, but there's lots of little ones in between to do with good luck. And it's
Wine
usually
Day.
Wine Day, yeah. There's the one with the arrows that they light and
Oh yeah, that's
fire.
Valentine's. Isn't that around Valentine's time? Like around,
It might be. I know it's
around
dark.
now. Yeah, it's in the dark and it's cold.
Always seems quite a dangerous one.
And
that one.
yes, and they set
They
fires.
have
They have
bonfires.
bonfires, and then
That's
they
not
make
like
these
it.
little tiny little arrows.
Yeah, which
and
they
you,
light.
And you put them on an end of a stick. Oh yeah, you
You
put them on
put
an
it
end
on the
of a stick,
and then you
hit
another
then
stick.
you light them,
You
and
hit
then you
another
hit
stick.
another stick, and
And
they
it flies
fling. So they could end up on your roof. They could end up in your hay pile.
always seemed a bit risky, didn't it?
Yeah.
But great fun. There's Toddler of
That
them.
warms you on.
Toddler of them.
Toddler Den,
With
which
the horse
is
racing?
the horse racing. Again, these things are all like in the cold time. Do you think it was to keep them warm?
Probably.
It was because
I
they
think-
were always busy during the summer. With
Yes,
the,
I think that's the thing. When you get past the other
fields.
side of spring,
Everyone's
everyone's
too
in the
busy.
fields working, etc. I think traditionally, obviously, that's where it would have
Yeah.
been. So during the
long
darker
winter
seasons,
nights,
that's
yeah.
when you have more of the name days as well.
Yeah.
Most of those are around that time.
That's true.
But there's so much of the tradition though that they know, their dances, their songs, their the days that they have, the special days that they have, and they all know about them.
Yeah.
And they don't just know about them; they're passionate about them.
Yes.
They love these celebrations.
Yeah.
They all want to do this. It's
Because like Easter is not like traditional Easter in the UK where you have Easter eggs and maybe an Easter egg hunt. Over there, it's hard-boiled eggs basically, and you paint them.
Yep.
And the shops sell out of eggs. I mean, they have loads and loads of eggs at the time, but they sell out. So make sure you get some if you need them for eating.
Yeah, when they decorate.
Or decorating, yeah. So you
Decorate
decorate
your eggs.
them, and then they have a kind of competition, sort of like conkers, but not on string.
Not on strings, no.
No.
But
and
the
you have
the
to
rest
go-
of it's pretty much the same. You have to try and break the other person's egg
That's right.
to win.
Yeah.
Not sure what you win.
You don't win.
But
You're just the winner.
You're just the winner.
They're
Yeah.
just happy enough
Yeah.
to be the winner.
So
yeah.
then, if you win a few
Yeah.
times, then you've got a super egg.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to use an ostrich egg. It has to be a chicken egg.
Yeah.
I'm going to win.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm competitive.
So and then all the when you get invited to your neighbours, which you will, they're very very friendly. You will eventually get invited once you've settled a bit. They welcome you like family, and you can go in for a meal, can't you? And it might be a name day or somebody's birthday, and they enjoy their food, not their food, their rakia, sorry, which is all
Another tradition.
homebrewed. Another tradition,
yeah. Making
Yes.
the wine, making the rakia. It was
And with the Shopska Salata.
the rakia was one of the things we were worried about when we moved out, because me not drinking.
Yeah.
Because I stopped drinking when I was about 25, so I didn't want to insult any of my neighbours, obviously,
No.
by saying no to a drink. But at the same time, I don't drink alcohol.
No. There's alcohol.
But we just continued explaining it, and they were always fine with us, weren't they? Absolutely fine. And they just
Yeah.
got used to the fact. They got used to the fact that I didn't drink and that Nikki would. even somewhat reluctantly, because Nikki's not a heavy drinker in any way, shape or form.
I'm not a drinker at all.
So, but she would drink some back then, particularly.
Yeah, because it would make me feel easy.
Drunk.
Yeah. No, not drunk. Just
Slightly inebriated.
because of the language barrier, obviously, sometimes it's so, you feel awkward.
Yeah.
But obviously with a little bit of drink to...
You think you can speak fluent Bulgarian?
To lubricate you, yeah. You just don't feel quite so nervous of trying.
I think that's what alcohol does do, that
yes,
full stop.
It lubricates you.
But well, one of the things I discovered was that when you're saying zdrave, people take a drink.
Yes.
Which is fine for me when I'm drinking a Sprite.
Yeah.
So if you say that as much as possible during the night.
Zdrave is our form of cheers, but it means good health.
Nikki gets even more mellow.
Yeah, so I would end up having to knock back the rakia. But I did learn to only put it up to my lip.
And pretend. Basically,
yes. Yeah.
But our friend Dencho got onto that as well, and was doing the same. So me and Dencho one particular night, we just kept going, Zdrave, and Nikki's going, shoot.
There was a lot of good health that night.
There wasn't there? Yes. But it's another traditional thing that they do, that you see in the villages a lot. And it's just great to see, isn't it?
Yeah, and it really helped us settle, didn't it?
Because there was wine day.
Yeah.
There is a wine day itself as well.
Yeah, wine day where they bless.
The traditional day when they start doing the grapes.
And there's the one where they jump into freezing cold water. The young men of the village do.
It's the religious one, isn't it?
Yeah, after the priest, he chucks the cross into the swimming pool, as it was in our village. But I think it's supposed to be in a river. It's supposed to be in a river or a lake, I guess.
Don't think it was normal.
And then the young men of the village, they would jump in and.
Yeah, freezing
cold water.
Freezing.
Yeah. And
they could do that.
collect the cross, basically.
I wouldn't even put my foot in it.
No, I wouldn't. I didn't even want to take off my jacket. It was so cold.
But no, they jump in the water and do that. So that's just another example of the traditions. Then you've got obviously the more national days like Independence Day.
Oh yeah.
The first time we experienced that one, we were in Stara Zagora. A siren went off, everybody stopped, and we were like, okay, what's going on? I think we're trying to buy something at the bakery. Yeah. And she just stopped. And we were like,
the cars, the people.
This is taking a while to get served. But we stopped, as did everybody else. And then we found out afterwards it's because it was Independence Day. And again, as I said, the Bulgarians are so passionate about their history. They know so much about it. I mean, I don't know anything like that about British history.
No, I don't.
And to be honest, I don't know a lot of people that do.
And don't forget, it was a long time since we were at school.
Yeah, but there's a lot of old Bulgarians who still know a lot of history.
Yeah, no, they do.
Okay, let's just say we've never really learned it in the first place. All right, we never really learned it in the first place, but they did.
There's Osmi Mart.
Yes, Osmi Mart.
Oh, I know, it's
International
Ladies' Day all over the world, of course. But yeah, they
again,
celebrate that
you were
too.
invited along to parties for that. So all this was doing was.
And they have a midwives' day, nurses' day, teachers' day,
all the different name days, everything through the year.
Yeah.
But all of this.
And the village day.
Yes.
Every village has its own.
Innsbruck has a flower day. Well, we're talking about traditions.
Yes.
We can't obviously forget flower day.
No, we can't.
Okay, because obviously
But I don't know if that.
For General Innsbruck, that's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know whether other places. In
I
Bulgaria,
think Flower Day. Yeah, I think Flower Day is around Bulgaria, but obviously we were just fortunate that General Innsbruck had the big festival of it with all the competing villages, local villages, and international guests.
There was some from Russia.
Yeah, one year was Russia. I think Ukraine the next year.
Possibly.
I'm sure it was. Yeah.
Yeah, they were excellent. Russia
but it was all to do with the traditional costume again, with all the flowers in the hair and the singing and the dancing and everything else. And like I said, they came from miles around to compete, didn't they?
It was most excellent.
It was most excellent. Yes. And there's the one with the red and white.
Ah, the bracelets.
The bracelets,
red and white bracelet. Martinitsa.
That would be the one, yeah.
Yeah.
So you get these bracelets. Obviously, it's a good opportunity to find out whether you've got any friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, you wear those until you see it's either the first stork or the first returning swallow, I believe, either of the two.
Yeah.
And at that point, you then tie it to, not the stork or the swallow.
No, you don't tie a bird.
you tie the bracelet to a fruit tree, or something along those lines. And again, it's to
I guess
promote,
it could be a nut tree.
It's to promote plenty of fruit.
Plentiful, yes, bountiful.
Bountiful.
Fruit.
But what used to make me laugh is the amount of Bulgarians that around that sort of time of year stop looking up. They refuse to look up because they don't want to see a stork, because they don't want to take the bracelets off too soon.
Yeah.
So when we'd be out with some of our friends, we go, "Oh look, there's a stork." They go, "No, can't see it." So we're going to end this session, which was hopefully about traditions and history and
how they helped us to settle in. Yeah.
So.
And we'll be back next time with another topic.
Yeah.
You can choose.
Can I? Cool.
Yeah.
One of my favourites.
So we'll see you next time.
Ciao.
Okay,
see you later. Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. So, yes, we came along between the two parties, and we were asked.
The parties.
It's just so immature.
I'll take that.
Right. Okay. Ready. Compose yourself. Right. Ready. So as we say, we came along between the two parties. You're such a child.
Потърсете там най-вкусната скала. Очаква ви, разбира се, и вино от стара изба. Невероятно изобилие! На здраве на всички, които празнуват Свети Трифон за Лезан. На здраве! От здраве и щастие да не се отървете! Вълчи!